surely among us, everyone has at least once been moved to tears while enjoying a sad movie, that the details in the film have touched our hearts. Wolf Children is one such animated film. The film has taken away many tears from the audience because of the plot content when it honestly portrays motherhood. Wolf Children is a 2012 Japanese animated fantasy film directed and co-written by Mamoru Hosoda. Mamoru Hosoda is a famous animation director and producer in Japan. He made the success of Bakemono no Koa film rich in humanity, loved by many worldwide audiences, and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, 2006 Best Animated Film of the Japan Academy Awards. 6 years later, Wolf Children repeated that feat. The light novel, adapted by Mamoru Hosoda herself, is an opportunity for us to once again experience the abundant warmth of family love through the power of words. The film has taken away many tears from the audience because of the plot content when it honestly portrays motherhood as well as two children. Wolf Children is not a story told in the style of struggle, survival, or the arduous journey of wolf children, lost in the human world, but a moving story about family love, more specifically, the abundant motherly love, which is filled with tears and a gentle smile of a mother. Wolf Children begins with the image of a university student named Hannah, who meets and falls in love with a boy in the same classroom. But the boy is not only a student of that school, but also has his own secret: he is a werewolf. However, Hannah's feelings for him remained unchanged even though she saw him in wolf form. They got together, built a small nest, and happily welcomed the birth of two children, Yuki and Ame. Love is still an eternal theme. It's just that each artist has a different way to play the melody of love. The werewolf symbolizes difference, a difference that most society rejects. Only Hannah wholeheartedly accepts and loves him. But then the happy days did not last long. On a rainy day, Hannah painfully discovered that her husband had an accident and died. The girl bet everything on love. Because of it, she can drop out of college, accept with him to live a life that is destined to be very precarious and turbulent. And also because of that love, she was able to stand up strong after he left. If you're looking for a pink love story, Wolf Children isn't. Love comes and goes as fast as the wind, but it's beautiful and engraved in the hearts of Hannah and anyone who witnessed that love. When Ukami passed away and left Hannah with her two young children, the story of the hardships of being a single mother gradually unfolded. Raising normal children was difficult, but for Hannah, this becomes even more difficult when Yuki and Ame are half human, half wolf. A young student, without a family or any other relatives in the world, yet she has to struggle to raise and hide the identity of two small children in this society. Knowing that she could not give her children a good life if she stayed in the city, Hannah made a decision that changed the lives of two children. Hannah had to drive her husband's car to take her two children to Tokyo, move to a mountain area, isolated from the surrounding area with the desire to give children a better life. Returning to her hometown, Hannah and her children spent hard and happy days together, integrating into the peaceful life of a small village. Here, Hana still cannot avoid the difficulties and hardships of motherhood. Every time they get sick, should they be taken to the pediatric or veterinary department? Tomatoes that have fruited suddenly wilt not for harvest. What to do? The kids kept suddenly turning into wolves. What if they were discovered? Such unending concerns surrounded Hana. Not every young mother can bear so much pressure, looking at the crop 5 times 7 times losing revenue, watching 2 young children at the time being gentle while scratching the ruined house. Hana originally had nothing, no money, no farming experience, no experience in raising children. But she was still alive, as resilient as a wildflower always facing the sun. Most precious of all, she did not deny half of the non-human blood flowing in her 2 children. She made no secret to them that their father was Wolf, an honest wolf. She didn't force them to hold back, she let them grow naturally. She treasures them because they are the fruit of the deep love between her and him. The author Mamoru draws the life of Hana's parents and children with the simplest and purest lines. He doesn't go into too much detail. He tells the story from the point of view of the director behind the camera, but without rambling. The scratches on the life of parents and children for decades appear one after another, changing from the busy city to the immense green mixed with flowers and mountains. Besides, Mamoru Hosoda has successfully built the image of a fragile Hana with a strong inner spirit. Hana, just like her name, is as beautiful as a flower from the soul to the way of life to the spirit that never gives up. Wolf Children not only praises the sacred motherhood, but also appreciates the value of village love. At first, people there were also suspicious and talked about a young girl with 2 children who struggled to live in a remote place, even living far away from the villagers. But with just a little catalyst, they understood and became close to those seemingly strangers, gradually bringing the parents and children into the village. Perhaps Hana's kind heart has touched everyone, because around her there are always kind neighbors. They are elderly people who cannot leave the fields and gardens. They cherish Hana as a daughter, a rare young person who chooses to live in the countryside. Bags of rice, boxes of eggs, bags of seed potatoes, or a new refrigerator, etc. were all brought to her aid. In this peaceful countryside, Hana has felt the warm and peaceful village love. Raising children, watching them grow up, directing them to the life they have chosen, that is also the job of the mother. Hana is a great guide. This is something anyone can feel when entering the world of wolf children, Ame and Yuki. Two children grow up day by day. The 2 names Ame and Yuki mean rain and snow, sometimes soft and gentle like water, sometimes fierce and passionate like a storm. Yuki means snow. As a child was a hyperactive, gluttonous, and extremely destructive child, but when she grew up, she became feminine. And Ame means rain, when she was a shy, weak child and always likes to stay in a corner, but when he grows up, he becomes strong. It is from there that the author has implicitly suggested to us the choices in life that we will have to accept. Life is always full of surprises. Life always forces us to choose between gain and loss. Each person always has the right to make a separate choice. However, Yuki chose to let the human part prevail in herself and continued her education while Ame listened to the immense call of the wilderness, choosing the wolf part of her father. No one was completely wrong. No one is right. No one can interfere with each person's wishes and freedom. Hana respected that choice and encouraged her children until the last moment, whether it was letting Yuki live in a strange dormitory, whether it was smiling and crying as Ame turned and walked into the depths of the forest, even if it is to be left alone in an empty house embracing the loneliness within. The film is neither too dramatic nor too surprising in the script, but it makes us have quiet notes about the tolerant love of a mother and the loss of a girl's love. The film is like a journey of self-discovery and personal lessons. All will bring the audience the most meaningful moments. Hosoda has a gentle, engaging storytelling with a bit of humor, but it's not cumbersome or lengthy. Hosoda let the wolf girl Yuki growl, run around the room in wolf form to ask her mother for a walk, and then smile in human form when she achieved her goal. That naughty girl also climbed onto the cabinet and almost fell over, with her brother messing around, causing things to be scattered everywhere. These small details make viewers impressed and love the two lovely little wolves. Wolf Children is like a lens of reality that speaks of the hardships that parents have to go through during the process of bringing up children, and at the same time, praising the sacred family affection everlasting. Animals are always treated badly. No matter how much you love them, others will still torture them. If you have seen the movie, you will probably be like me, heartbroken by the tragic death of the werewolf father. Although he sacrificed so that his wife and children could have a peaceful life, in the end his body was still pitilessly thrown into the garbage truck, cold and lonely. Animals need freedom too. The conflict in thoughts and actions of Yuki the daughter and Ame the werewolf's young son clearly shows the desire to be free to be himself. Yuki always wanted to go to school, make friends, have fun playing, and become a real person. But on the contrary, Ame, he was always afraid of people, afraid they would harm him, harm his mother and sister, afraid that they would lock his family in a lonely iron cage like the old wolf in the zoo. He wanted to be free in nature, free from human pursuit. Whether human or animal, they always want to be themselves, to be free to do what they like. Wolf Children also gives viewers a message of love for nature and mountains. With her talented hands, Mamoru Hosoda has sketched a very beautiful Japanese countryside and mountains. The flower field in Hana's dream, the flowing stream where Yuki and Ame practiced hunting, the green forest that Ame visited, the majestic waterfall and the image of a strong wolf rushing, the white snow slopes where they were playing, the scenery of terraced fields in the sunset or the deep blue sky after a storm, etc. are all meticulously cared for, evoking the viewer an extraordinary sense of peace. Wolf Children is a gentle film, a song with a deep melody, a picture with warm colors, bringing viewers moments of peace. This is not just a movie that reached the top of the list. The film takes away the viewer's tears, but the deep implications in it also make us wake up to ourselves, see ourselves, life and society. As usual, if this video is good, please like, share with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support Ask Pop Entertainment to make more interesting videos. Have a nice day.